We are evolving the OS. Windows is now your canvas for AI and agents. We're innovating in 3 key ways. First, bringing AI and agents into your flow and making it more intuitive to use. And second, making Microsoft 365 Copilot more contextually helpful on Windows. And third, making Copilot Plus PCs even more powerful with enhanced AI.
You really just can't make this up. Microsoft confirmed that the recent Patch Tuesday update for Windows temporarily broke localhost on machines until they released a rollback, effectively, that is available now.
March 2025. Windows 11 adoption drops to 28%, down from 35% just 4 months ago. Microsoft projected 55% by now. They missed by 27 percentage points. But here's what's sending shockwaves through Microsoft headquarters. Active Windows 10 installations are increasing, going up. People are downgrading, uninstalling Windows 11, reverting to Windows 10 even though support officially ended 5 months ago. They'd rather run unsupported software than use Windows 11, and the migration numbers are catastrophic. Linux desktop usage hit 6.2% in February, up from 3.1% a year ago. That's a 100% increase. Mac Enterprise sales up 63% year over year. Chromebook business shipments up 127%. This isn't just resistance to upgrades, this is active abandonment. Bill Gates, who hasn't run Microsoft since 2000, got pulled into emergency damage control meetings. And according to leaks, he told executives, Microsoft has maybe 6 months before the Windows franchise becomes irreversibly damaged, because this isn't about one bad feature or one annoying update. This is about fundamental loss of trust. And when you lose trust at this scale, you don't get it back. When the downgrade wave started, February 2025, it forums explode with posts titled, How to Downgrade from Windows 11 to Windows 10. Reddit's r/Windows has 400 posts per day about reverting. YouTube tutorials get millions of views. People aren't just refusing to upgrade, they're actively removing Windows 11 from computers that have it, going backwards. Something Microsoft never anticipated. Thomas Brennan is the IT director for a 400-person law firm in Chicago. They upgraded 180 workstations to Windows 11 in October 2024. By January 2025, he was getting daily complaints, performance issues, application crashes, the new taskbar making workflows inefficient, the forced Microsoft account integration breaking domain logins, the ads in File Explorer and Start menu annoying everyone. The constant Copilot prompts interrupting work. He ran the numbers. Productivity was down 14% since the Windows 11 upgrade. 14%. On computers doing the exact same work. He spent 2 weeks planning, then executed a mass downgrade, all 180 computers back to Windows 10. Users had to reinstall applications, reconfigure settings, lost 2 days of productivity per person. But it was worth it. Within a week of reverting, productivity recovered. Users stopped complaining, everything worked again. He told me he'll never deploy Windows 11, even if Microsoft paid him. The OS is fundamentally worse than its predecessor. That's not supposed to happen, but it did. And Thomas isn't alone. Survey data from SpiceWorks shows 34% of IT professionals who deployed Windows 11 are considering downgrading back to Windows 10. 34%. That's 1 in 3 IT departments regretting the upgrade enough to consider the massive effort of reverting. This is unprecedented. Nobody downgrades operating systems. The migration costs are too high, but Windows 11 is so bad, IT departments are willing to eat those costs just to escape. The performance disaster. Everyone's measuring. But why is Windows 11 so much worse? Let's talk specifics. Independent testing by Tom's Hardware, PC Gamer, and Gamers Nexus all show the same thing. Windows 11 underperforms Windows 10 in multiple scenarios. Gaming benchmarks show 3% to 8% lower frame rates depending on the game. Application launch times are 15% to 20% slower. File operations take longer. System responsiveness feels sluggish. It's measurably, objectively worse. Kevin Torres is a competitive esports player in Brazil. He plays Valorant and CS2 professionally. Frame rates are everything. Dropped from 340 frames per second on Windows 10 to 290 frames per second on Windows 11. Same hardware, same settings, just the OS. That's a 15% performance hit. In professional gaming, that matters. He tried every optimization, disabled Windows features, killed background processes, tweaked registry settings, got back to 310 frames per second. Still worse than Windows 10. He's switching his entire team to Linux with Proton. Tested it, getting 335 frames per second. Better than Windows 10. Better than Windows 11. Microsoft's losing professional gamers because their OS is too slow. But it's not just gaming. Video editors report longer render times on Windows 11. DaVinci Resolve renders take 8% longer according to Puget Systems benchmarks. Adobe Premiere exports are 6% slower. CAD applications like SolidWorks and AutoCAD run measurably slower. Microsoft made the OS worse at the actual tasks people use computers for, and they can't explain why. They claim Windows 11 is optimized for modern hardware. The benchmarks say that's a lie. Dr. Sarah Morrison is a data scientist at Stanford. She runs complex machine learning models. Training times matter. A model that took 6 hours on Windows 10 takes 6 hours 45 minutes on Windows 11. That's 12.5% slower. For one model, that's annoying. She trains hundreds, the time adds up, she migrated her entire research lab to Ubuntu Linux. Microsoft lost a Stanford research lab because their operating system is too slow to do serious computational work. The forced features? Nobody wanted. Then there's the feature problem. Microsoft keeps adding things nobody asked for while breaking things that worked. The Start menu got redesigned, centered by default. No option for local account names. Folders removed. Can't organize it properly. Power users hate it. Casual users are confused by it. Nobody likes it. But Microsoft forced it anyway. The taskbar lost functionality. Can't move it to the sides or top anymore. Must stay at bottom. Can't ungroup similar windows. Can't resize it. Features that existed in Windows since Windows 95 just removed. Why? Microsoft says it's simplified and modern. Users say it's broken and limited. When you remove features people use daily, they get angry. Right-click menus got redesigned. Extra click required to access common options. Show more options menu hiding the actual useful commands. What used to take one click now takes two. Multiply that by hundreds of right clicks per day. Microsoft added friction to basic workflows. IT departments are getting complaints daily. Microsoft's response? Users will adapt. Users are adapting by switching to different operating systems. File Explorer got tabs? That's good. But also got ads. That's bad. You open File Explorer. See an ad for OneDrive. You're trying to find a file. Microsoft is advertising to you. On an OS you paid for. On hardware you own. The disrespect is staggering, and there's no simple way to disable it. You need registry edits or third-party tools. Microsoft deliberately made it hard to turn off ads because ads generate revenue. They're prioritizing ad revenue over user experience. Users noticed. They're leaving. The Copilot nightmare, interrupting work. Then there's Copilot, Microsoft's AI assistant built into Windows 11. It pops up. It suggests things. It monitors what you're doing. It's always there, always watching, always ready to help. Except nobody wants help from an AI that doesn't understand context. That makes mistakes. That interrupts focused work with useless suggestions. Marcus Webb is a lawyer in London. He's drafting a contract. Copilot interrupts with, "It looks like you're writing a legal document. Would you like help with formatting?" He didn't ask, doesn't need help, has been drafting contracts for 15 years, knows how to format documents. The interruption broke his concentration, cost him 5 minutes to get back into flow state. This happens multiple times per day. He disabled Copilot, but updates keep re-enabling it. He gave up, bought a MacBook Pro, £2,800, took the loss just to escape Copilot's interruptions. The future that's already decided, April 2025. The trends are clear. Windows is dying, not slowly, fast. Linux growing 100% year over year. Mac Enterprise sales up 63%. Chromebook business shipments up 127%. Windows 11 adoption falling. Windows 10 usage increasing even after support ended. Every metric shows decline. Every trend points to exodus. Microsoft has maybe 18 months to fix this. After that, the migration becomes irreversible. Critical mass shifts. Developers stop prioritizing Windows. Applications get optimized for Mac and Linux first. Windows becomes the legacy platform, like Internet Explorer became, like BlackBerry became. Once dominant, then dead, because they ignored users and served themselves instead. The question is whether Microsoft will change course, remove the hardware requirements, remove forced accounts, remove ads, fix performance, respect privacy, make Windows good again, or whether they'll double down, add subscriptions, force more AI, collect more data, push harder on cloud, ignore users louder. Early signs suggest doubling down. Microsoft isn't backing off Copilot, isn't removing ads, isn't fixing performance, isn't respecting privacy. They're committed to the current strategy, which means they're committed to Windows decline. They think enterprise inertia will save them. That businesses are too locked in to switch? They're wrong. Goldman Sachs is deploying 65,000 Macs. JP Morgan evaluating switching 90,000 users. Even enterprises are leaving. When this is over, Windows might be at 45% market share, down from 73% in 2023. That's a 28 percentage point collapse in 5 years, the biggest platform shift in computing history. And it's all self-inflicted. Microsoft had the dominant platform. They destroyed it through arrogance, greed, and contempt for users. The lesson that matters. This is what happens when you forget who you serve. Microsoft stopped serving users, started serving shareholders, quarterly revenue targets, subscription metrics, data collection goals. Users became resources to mine, not customers to respect. Windows 11 embodies this. Every design choice serves Microsoft's business model, not user needs. Forced hardware requirements drive PC sales for partners. Mandatory accounts drive cloud adoption. Ads drive ancillary revenue. AI features justify the OpenAI investment. Telemetry feeds data models. Nothing exists purely to benefit users. Everything serves Microsoft. Users noticed. They know when software works for them versus against them. When an OS spies on them, advertises to them, forces upgrades, demands accounts, interrupts work with AI, performs worse than its predecessor. They know. And they're leaving 400 million people running unsupported Windows 10 because Windows 11 is that bad. Millions switching to Linux. Millions buying Macs. Businesses deploying Chromebooks. This is the biggest user revolt in tech history. And Microsoft caused it. Through greed. Through arrogance. Through fundamental disrespect for the people who made Windows successful. If this opened your eyes to why Windows is dying, share it, because Microsoft won't tell you this. They're reporting record cloud revenue, talking about AI integration, pretending everything's fine. But Windows 11 adoption is falling. Users are fleeing. Trust is destroyed. The platform is dying. And Microsoft did it to themselves. That's the real story. And that's what everyone needs to understand. Subscribe for what happens when Windows drops below 60% market share. Because that's coming. Within 3 years, Windows might be just another OS, not the dominant platform. And Microsoft will have nobody to blame but themselves. They killed Windows through greed, through disrespect, through forgetting that users have choices. And when you give users reasons to leave, they do. That's what's happening right now. The death of Windows. In real time, self-inflicted, and unstoppable.